Today we're going to watercolor fall trees. So the first thing you want to do is kind of figure a few things out lightly in pencil. Lightly, like a horizon line and where do you want the base of the tree. You might think, oh, I want my tree to be right in the center, but that's not always the best way. Putting it off to the side a little bit and letting it lean in might actually make a better composition. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it in just a little to the side here and let it kind of come in. Alright. I don't want to make my trunk too wide because I really want this to tell the story of the leaves because it is fall. We're going to start in straight away with watercolor. We're not going to do a lot of drawing with this, but we're going to kind of draw with the paint. So I'll get my basic thing going here. My trunk's going to go up, and then I'm just going to branch it out like a Y. I'll come down. Kind of blend that in so it goes from being thick to thinner. I think I'll go with one more main branch like this. Alright, now I can start adding some smaller branches. I don't want them to look straight, perfect. Branches usually aren't just straight. You can add lots of little branches off of these. I don't know if you noticed with the windstorm we had the other day, but lots of branches were on the ground. I was walking out at Petrifying Springs Park and I saw lots of leaves and branches laying all over the paths. So I'm glad I wasn't walking when it was windy, because I probably would have got hit by a few of them. And the branches crisscross. There's no rule saying, oh, a branch can't be in front of another branch. A tree is actually round. It's not flat. So this branch isn't going through this branch, it's behind it or it's in front of it. So you need to think about that too. Oops, that one got a little fat at the end. It's okay, we're going to add some leaves. We're not making winter trees today. So if you get a couple odd ones like that, don't worry about it. Alright, so your tree should kind of have this mushroomed look to it. It spreads out from this trunk. The other thing I want you to notice is my horizon line. I'm just going to lightly draw that in with brown. So this will be the sky and this is the ground. So alright, I'm going to pause for a second and just clean my brush out really good. Pound it at the bottom and then squeeze the water out by pulling straight down. Right now is a good time to put your name on your paper. What I'm trying to do is buy myself some time while I let this dry a little bit. Okay, so fall leaves. We have red, yellow, orange, green, and brown leaves. So I'm going to I'll get all my colors a little wet right now. Starting with my yellow. And actually, I'll take that back. Let's just do yellow first. So usually trees aren't fully mixed. It's like they're part one color and part another, or it fades across. So I'm going to do a fade. So I'm going to start over here with yellow, and I'm just going to make dots all around. Remember, it's watercolor. The colors should be watery, should not be sticky or thick. You shouldn't be scooping your paint like it's a little paint shovel in your hands. Now I'm putting a lot more yellow on than I want yellow leaves. I don't want half of my tree to be just yellow leaves. That's because I'm going to start blending oranges over the yellows, and then I'll fade it to reds. So it looks like I'm going crazy with yellow, but it's not going to stay like that. I'm going to stop here though, because I'm going to end up just straight red down here. Next I'll go to my orange. So I want to get my brush kind of dry, so I'm wiping the paint off on the paint pot here, not in my water. And I'm going to actually start, I want these to be yellow, but not very far. Now I'm going to start putting orange onto the yellows. I want some of the yellow to show at first, and then I'm going to get more intense with the orange. And you can have some white showing too. I'll let you decide. Because what you don't want is just to get all mixed together so it's just like a blob. You want these little marks to show because each mark is kind of like a leaf. And we don't want it to just change into one solid thing. And that's why I'm keeping my brush kind of dry. Trying to keep my dots random too. I don't want them to look like rows of dots. It's not like in kindergarten when we made our cherry blossom trees where we put in them perfect little dots along the branches. All right, now I'm ready to do the red. I'll start here actually, and it's looking really pink, so I'm going to have to go back over these. And I'm going beyond my branches because when you look at a tree with its fall colors, you can't see all of the branch. You can see some branches poking out here and there, and that's why I didn't go really crazy with these branches. All right, now I'll start getting into the orange area a little bit. I'm gonna throw some in that little yellows there. And if I wanted to, I could even add a little brown, but I don't want to. So I'm going to leave it like that. All right, let's let that simmer down there for a little bit. I'm going to turn it upside down. Well, it's not upside down to me. Now I want to paint a few details on that tree trunk. So I can take my brown, I can draw some lines onto that trunk. And these lines are going to be darker than the rest of the trunk that I already painted, so it looks like real bark, so it has some texture. Once you're done with that, you can decide what's going to go here. You could just do it all like a grass. Now the leaves are falling, so actually what I'm going to do is start with green, and I'll just lightly paint in my whole background on the bottom half here, green. If you touch a little brown, just push it off, blend it in. See, right now my paper is showing a lot of white through it, so it's looking more like a minty green. And I'm not really going for minty green, but I do need that to fill in. I'll go a little dark there, just get started. I just want to get like my whole paper to be toned with green right now on this part. And I want it to be even. Careful around that tree. I don't want to drag in the brown too much. That brown's pretty dry, so it's not going to blend in with my paint right now. Just get some water in there. So you notice I'm not painting anything in the sky right now. I need to let this dry a little bit. That's the one thing I've learned about watercolors. Watercolor is great, but you have to be patient. You have to let it dry in between layers. You can't just rush it and do the whole thing at once if you want to have control and detail. All right. Now, since I put that brown line up there, I want to go really hard with the green right there. Because I don't want it to look brown. I want it to look maybe like a dark green. So I'll even go above it a little bit. Now I'm using less water, more paint. And I'll fade that down. So I clean my brush out, and I just add some water to brush down. Gives it a nice range value, fades it down, down, down. All right, so here's what I've got so far. I want to do something up here for the sky, but I can see it's still wet. If I'm not careful with what I do here, it's really going to go over this. So I have to take my time and fill over that. So I'm going to I'll go with my traditional blue sky. And I'll start here just painting. But when I start going around these leaves, I want to just go real careful and do the dotting just like I did with the tree. Now if I mix the blue with the yellow, we're going to get green. And that's okay because I want it to be green. Now I'm going to get up in here and just make sure it's about the same color as the rest of my blue that I already put down. If you know where you're painting, you don't have to keep your paper facing up. Turn it so it's easier for you to work with. I am. All right, put a little blues in these white spaces. And just work my way around, taking my time. I don't go crazy. And I do want to be careful not to get blue and orange mixed together because blue and orange are complementary colors. If you mix them together, it does not make a very nice color. Although, it should make kind of a gray color, so that I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing. Alright, I'm almost done. I don't want to go too much with the sky. Keeping it very light and just kind of poking away at all the white spots there. I don't want them to, anything that's bright white is really going to pop out at you. And I don't like, personally, I don't like it when that white pops out. Now if I have too much blue, like I did there and there, just dab it off. Or you can take your brush, squeeze the water out, and just wipe anything off that you don't like, as long as it's still wet. Alright, tree and sky are looking good. I can always go back now, and I will, and add more color to my tree. So I like to go back in with this yellow. Start dabbing more yellows into here. I really like, this is looking good to me. I don't think I want to mess with it. Let me think. Maybe a little bit, right? Just a couple little dabs of darker red. Gives it a little more texture. I think I'll do the same in here with the orange. All right, last. Oop, running out of time. I'm gonna let this dry a little and add some more little lines of grass, especially around the trunk of the tree. All right. Good luck with your fall tree paintings.